Gets through, much needed boundary. Something for the home crowd to cheer, finally.
In the air, and I think this will go all the way. Yes, it will. The first 6. Oh, well, that is absolutely dealt with first ball. She does. And there's another wonderful shot from Ash Gardner. Down the wicket from Gardner and over the top again. Really has found a touch.
And it's greeted with a boundary. And now long off. 2 in 2. This time taken. That should bring a smile to her face and the team.
Smacking about for the Rockets in the 100. How cleanly does she hit it? She is simply one of cricket's great all-rounders. Ash Gardner, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Didn't win, of course, the 100 tournament, but was it a good experience?
Yeah, we didn't, unfortunately. We probably saved our worst game for last, which is a bit frustrating. But, yeah, I enjoyed my time over there. First time playing in the 100 and perfect prep going into the World Cup, which is pretty soon.
Did you get, because you were nearby, you've just got home now, did you get sneak across to Paris to see any of the Olympics?
Unfortunately not. We had probably about 3 days off in a row, and that probably wasn't enough time to try and get over there and enjoy it. But unfortunately, it was also British broadcast, so I also just had to watch British athletes rather than our Aussies.
Nothing worse. Well, 28, maybe LA, because there are games on there.
Fingers crossed, yeah. Well, cricket's back there,
Yeah.
so 28, 32. Hopefully I'm still playing in Brisbane, but yeah, fingers crossed.
I love it.
So between the Gujarat Giants, the Sixers, Australia, when's your time off? Is there a slab of time that you get any time off?
April is probably our main month that we get off. Generally speaking, it depends on if we play in the Northern Hemisphere early in the season. So if we go for the Ashes, we obviously start in June, July. So we probably get 3 to 4 weeks off. This year we were fortunate enough to get April and May off, which was amazing. But yeah, it's pretty much a 12-month sport nowadays, which is cool.
Take us back then to when it first started. Your challenges fighting through the ranks. What was that like? What did you learn coming through the ranks in cricket?
Yeah, it was obviously tough back in the day when women's cricket probably was below standard, and obviously to see the professional growth that it's had. There's been a lot of financial backing from Cricket Australia. I think we've kind of led the way in terms of women's sport in Australia. And
so were you playing senior men's cricket then coming through? How did it work for you?
I played boys cricket, and then I pretty much got to an age where I just played like girls probably from about 15, 16, and that's where I kind of got contracted at 17, and then Australia a couple of years later.
But you talk about that, the cricket and women's cricket, and it is one of the most popular teams in Australia. Then you see the Matildas coming through. Did you embrace that and what collectively you're doing for women's sport?
Yeah, it was amazing to see the World Cup. We were slightly jealous, if I'm being completely honest. That
we all were.
Yeah, I know that the coverage that they got, but obviously they brought a lot of fans to the sport, to Australia, to women's sport in general. So hopefully we can kind of get off the bandwagon of what the Matildas did last year, and hopefully there's some.
Is there some
supporters.
quite competition in the background, because the rugby union girls at the Olympics, they wanted to sort of the Union Nines girls want the publicity, of course, because they started the run many years ago, and then obviously what the Matildas have done. You girls have been ultra successful as well.
Yeah, it's obviously been tough because we had our T20 World Cup in Australia. We had 86,000 people at MCG. 2 days later, Australia was shut down. So COVID probably put a bit of a stall for women's cricket, and then obviously our lives going back to normal. The Matildas were amazing at the World Cup, and then they got the most amazing fan base. So, yeah, we were, I guess, a little bit jealous that COVID kind of happened to see where cricket could be at the moment. But, yeah, hopefully we can leverage off what we've done and also what they did as well.
Hey, Ash, the World Cup's in Dubai. 44 degrees, I just had a look on the app. Is there how are you acclimatising to that?
Sauna.
Going a sauna?
Yeah, we are going to the sauna. There's AM and PM sessions. We go on tour in 2 weeks, and then in and around games and training, it's recommended that you go sit in the sauna for 20 minutes. And then, yeah, basically just get your body ready for 44-degree heat.
Yeah.
So not doing anything in there actively, but just getting
Roll
used
the arm
to
over. Roll the arm over.
It might look weird in a bikini, but that's
Virtual goggles.
From the outside looking in, it'd be hard to pick which format you like the best because you guys win bloody everything. But is there one?
Personally, I love ODI cricket. Well, I love them all. T20 is obviously the entertaining one. Test cricket's for traditionalists, but for me, it's ODIs.
The record you have, correct me if I'm wrong, that you're the only woman who has actually got off the mark in international cricket with a 6 in all 3 of those formats, in your T20, in the one day and in Test.
Yeah, you are correct. The Test one is funny. is funny because it was second innings. The game was going to be a draw, and the wicketkeeper and whoever was standing at first slip was like, "Oh, you wouldn't hit for 6," and I was like, "All right." Came down, it was like third ball I'd faced, just came down and just tried to slog it, ended up being a 6. So yeah, it's cool to have that.
Was that
stat next to
planned
it.
after your first one? Did you think, I might just try this for the other 2 formats?
No, it was just listened to what they were saying. And I was like, yeah, why not? Don't die wondering.
I want to take you back. I think it might have been World Cup you're playing against South Africa. I just want to know if you're getting any money, any rights from Nike with this. Now, this great catch you take. Brilliant surprise, even yourself. It's wonderful. But it's the image here. There you go.
Yes.
I'm a proud Nike athlete. So yeah.
I'd be showing them that.
It ties in nicely.
Stores around the world.
Brilliant.
Hey, you are so busy. So when you do have that 1 month off, I know you recently engaged, so you are planning a wedding in April. But how do you relax and downtime? We've seen a bit of the art that you're doing, which is incredible. But
Beautiful.
Is that your real outlet?
I feel like I don't relax nowadays. I'm also doing my MBA, so...
Sensational. Wow.
Yeah, the artwork was kind of all around COVID. Obviously, had so much more time. Training was less. We were travelling less. It was an amazing outlet to, I guess, showcase my culture, but also do something completely different to what I do in my day-to-day life. And I don't have time to do my art anymore. Trying to plan a wedding, trying to do everything else. Obviously, be a good cricketer, which is probably first and foremost. But
And an MBA. So where are you in that?
Very early. Actually, just submitted my second assessment today, which was a bit nerve-wracking. But yeah, it's been
lot.
something. Yeah, I know.
Did you use AI?
Really stretched. it's suggested not to use AI. Yeah.
Don't listen to you.
Keep doing what you do because you do it so brilliantly. You give us a lot of pleasure with that clean hitting and the bowling. Everything you do on a cricket field is brilliant.
Thank you.
Thanks for dropping in. It's going to be a huge couple of months coming up, and you, of course, can catch Ash and the team fine-tuning their skills ahead of the World Cup during the upcoming T20 series against New Zealand, live on Fox Cricket. Stick around. Our champ for the week is next. Thank you.